Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 14, playing through hard mode. In the last episode we got to see some of the update 6 features, including the 3D water physics, which is powering these water turbines right here, as well as we are constructing some overhangs, which we're going to use to move some water from here down into this area in order to get some more area for us to plant some crops and trees. And we also worked on getting this area blocked off so that we can get a mine set up. First, we're going to have to pump the bad water out of here, so right off the bat we should go ahead and get one of those set up. And we should also get a mine set up since we are actually running a little bit lower on scrap metal. We only have 130 left. We could collect this, but we will run out of this at some point. Demand has drastically increased, so we might as well get one of these set up right now. And it looks like we're also currently maxed out on treated planks. We want to allow the beavers of this district to be working around the clock. In order to have the beavers working around the clock to produce treated planks, we're going to actually get rid of some of these trees over here. And I have been trying to flood this area periodically, but it just doesn't stay green long enough, and these trees are always not growing. So we're going to eliminate all of these, and then we'll get some storage set up for some more treated planks. And it also looks like we don't have quite enough signs to unlock bots to work in the wood workshop, so we'll have to wait until we bump that number up to 2,000. And somehow we are actually perfectly balanced in terms of workers and jobs. So we have 0 free jobs right now and 0 unemployed beavers. And it actually looks like we don't have a whole lot of storage for our metal blocks. So let's go ahead and start making some storage. I think this is actually going to be a perfect spot. We can have it over this area since it's really unused right now. But in the meantime, we'll make a few small storages just to make sure that these guys can be working right now. And we're going to deprioritize this just for now because we'd rather have some storage set up over here. Plus we'll need to get either a water dump set up here or finish constructing this. And with that, the bad tide is over. You can see the water is coming back. We will want to fill this up and also replenish everything over here. Even though these beavers haven't really gone through a whole lot of water, we still want to make sure they have access to as much as they can. And unfortunately, the water is going out through here, but I made that happen, so let's get a couple of floodgates set up. Ooh, there is a little bit of bad water. I think it's left over from the last episode when this area got flooded, but that should dilute out and then eventually make its way all the way through. We also are going to pause some of these guys because we only have a couple gravity batteries online right now. We have a lot of unemployed beavers and we have an unemployed bot, so we gotta do some rearranging, add some more jobs in, and I think we know exactly what we can put them in, all these water pumps. And we still have some unemployed beavers, probably because we paused all this. We're going to add a couple more builders huts just to try and get everything moved along pretty quickly. I think it's worth bumping this up just a little bit, at least have it at normal priority, because if we run out of these, then we have no power in this district at all. Looks like we're just running a little short on gears and treated planks. We have plenty of gears. We do have some treated planks, although we did pass the 2,000 science mark. So let's get this switch over to bots. Yeah, I'm only seeing one wood workshop. So we have someone working there. I think we should just add probably another couple over here. Overall, we're doing pretty good on power. We're producing 4,800 out of the 4,200 demanded. Oh, I am seeing some flooding. That is no good. We'll have some water leave this area. Let's reduce that a little bit more. Which, yeah, that's there's going to be some downstream effects definitely over here. They are making good progress on this. I had to build some stairs for them to have access to construct the second layer. And then they're working on over here in order to get these parts constructed. And we can try bumping this back up. Let's go to 2.75. Because we have this one lowered, so there's some water that's going through here, recharging these gravity batteries, and this is online, which we don't need to have this running right now. Ooh, we are almost completely out of scrap metal over here. Looks like they just have treated planks left. Okay, we're back to flooding over here. I don't quite know the balance between what this should be set to and what this one should be set to. Look at this. It is nearly complete. We just have a few more pieces left, which means we can go ahead and extend these over here. And we have another bad tide approaching. This last wet season lasted a pretty long time, 6 days. We just prioritized both these buildings by haulers. This one is already prioritized by haulers, so hopefully that's going to help speed this up just a little bit. We're getting pretty close, less than 50 treated planks to go. We are going to want to switch this to bots because this is one of the more dangerous jobs in Timberborn. And really we can go ahead and switch some of these jobs to beavers. Although we do have an unemployed bot, so I guess we'll switch it back for now. Water, we are doing fantastic. Looks like food overall doing pretty good. We do need to bump up some of the resources like the fermented mushrooms, but we have another hydroponic garden set up. We'll need to add in some more kohlrabi, maybe switch some of these berries out for kohlrabi. We're also going to get some chargers set up since we're going to have some bots working out here. We'll just need to get a bridge set up and then connect the path over here. And as soon as we add the impermeable flooring over here, we should be set. I don't think we'll need it on the levees actually. Oh, and we trapped some beavers over here. So I noticed this guy is not pumping any of this bad water out. And if we actually look at the resources, we have to chase it downstream a wee bit. So we're pretty much maxed out on bad water. And we use bad water to make extract. And we're pretty close to being maxed out on that. And then we use extract to make explosives. And we are almost maxed out on that. So really, we have to pause the last deep bad water pump over here and then make sure that we're actually utilizing all the extract. And we also should make some more storage, so let's actually upgrade some of these bad water storages to the bigger ones, and we can fit some back here. I think that the best thing to do would be to demolish this, lower it a little bit, and then set up some more storages over here. Oh, before I forget, let's make sure we close off the entrance for the bad water. We don't want that to be going all into our water drinking system. Also should lower this and then make sure this is raised all the way. And even though it's been hard mode, we haven't really had too long of a drought or bad tide. This is the 17th cycle. I'm guessing that this one's going to be a little bit more difficult, a little bit longer than we've had in the past. But then again, I've also said that several times, and so far it hasn't been too bad. And I think we're at a point where we can turn on most of these jobs once again. Start pausing some of these builders' huts. And we're actually completely out of gears over here. We have a lot of planks, which is good. And we actually have a decent amount of metal blocks as well. And we can continue building out the storage over here. And the bad tide has started and it's 22 days long. That is by far the longest we've had for a bad tide so far. We have plenty of water pumpers. I don't actually know if all of them are working right now. Oh, looks like they are. They still have a decent amount of water in this district. We'll just pause a couple of them since we have enough stored up and we have this water here that they can utilize. These beavers are going to pump all of this dry, which is what we want them to do. And they're actually almost completely maxed out on water. We're actually starting out at 8.9 thousand water. We'll see what we end up at the end of the bad tide. And it looks like we are officially out of scrap metal in this district. So it looks like this is still flooded. Let's make sure we have this guy prioritized by haulers because he's probably running all the way. Yeah, he's carrying it all the way over here to put the bad water in this storage container. We also need to get a path set up over here. So while this guy is going to be coming back here and then pumping all this out, we'll have them build the path, get it up and running. And we'll go with the efficient recipe for scrap metal just to get the most that we can. And that's going to be perfect timing because we have 3 unemployed bots right now. The beavers have finished the aqueduct. And let's see, let's get rid of this. And we should have just a little bit of water flow out through here. We're just having the teensiest amount come down. And then we'll have it fill this up. And it looks like we actually did finish putting in a lot of dynamite over here. I'll start detonating this. If we detonate this as well, then that's gonna make the greenery spread a little bit. Looks like his path got destroyed. Look at that. We got the other 2 gravity batteries set up. We can go ahead and start planting some future ones. And we can go ahead and low prioritize these because we don't really need these. We'll do the lowest priority. Go ahead and bump this up. I think we'd rather have another number cruncher than these gravity batteries for now, since we have enough power with all the water wheels, but obviously during a drought we're going to have no water flowing, and then we'll be relying on this engine plus all these gravity batteries. We forgot to connect this up, and now it is up and running. We'll get some haulers to help move some stuff around. So we're going to need to make sure we have enough treated plank and gear production. We have a decent amount of gears, and we already created some more treated plank production. But we will have to keep an eye on this, since we dropped quite a bit in gears when we were constructing the building. Look at that. So the beavers, real quick. Let's see. Ooh, he is super low on energy. Good thing he's running over here before he completely runs out. So I'm glad that these are going to be utilized from some of the bots over here. Unfortunately, some of these bots, they have to wander quite a ways over. Now I wonder if it would actually make sense to have a path going over here. It might be quicker for the bots to run over to these instead of trying to go all the way back here. Oh, and we can perfectly fit a bridge over here. Let's just go for it. We're going to go back-to-back bridges. Ooh, it's interesting. So they can actually construct this from the other side. They used to not be able to reach it unless they were touching this side, I believe. So that's a good quality of life improvement. We're gonna have these beavers plant some cassavas, since those are pretty easy to not only grow and harvest but to turn into edible food. It does mean that we have to get a fermenter up and running over here though. Ooh, we have dropped significantly in the amount of bad water we have. Let's go ahead and turn these back on. When we fully clear this out, so we can go ahead and get rid of this as well. Oh man, even with all of these beavers employed, we still have 18 unemployed beavers in this district. In fact, oh my gosh, we have 9 homeless beavers. Let's go ahead and pause a couple of these breeding pods. Now before we go anywhere, because I want to make some more houses, I want to look at how these new overhangs interact with buildings like this. If we have these right here, we can place that. Look at that. So that can be right next to it. Let's get rid of this one. And we'll just start getting rows of these over here. We can actually go ahead and remove this scratcher. And then we'll just get a bunch of these placed over here. And then we'll have all the room we want. We just need to make some stairs going up here. Then we can get some more houses over here. And look at that. We have 4 more houses we can construct. We'll have them start working on that right now. This is definitely not my prettiest city that I've built. It doesn't line up super well. Not really planned out a whole lot, but with these new features it's pretty cool to see how we can integrate those into a world like this that was created before Update 6. We should put in some more scratchers though. Make sure that they can get some of their well-being points popped up. We're even going to be able to incorporate some rooftop terraces over here. Fantastic. We will hopefully not have some homeless beavers soon. They're going to keep working on that. I don't think they have too much to build in this district. We can even get rid of some of these guys since they finished getting all the scrap metal over here. These guys are still just about maxed out on water. These guys are dropping in water. Even though they are collecting it, seems like this isn't quite enough to keep up with the demand, so we'll bump both of these on. We'll see how that changes. 1,350 water right now. I think we should get some more water pumpers set up over here just for future. And then we'll also want to increase their storage capacity. So we have some food. We don't really have a lot over here. Hopefully this farmhouse will help. I think we should just continue expanding it over here. Let's just get some more kohlrabi planted. So since we have a lot of jobs we could fill, but they're all paused, and we actually have quite a few beds. Plus we have 24 unemployed beavers over here, and that is about to increase right now. Now we have 35 unemployed beavers. Let's go ahead and migrate, like, let's just do 20 of them over there. Oh, and we have some bots who got stranded. So we'll go ahead and migrate 20 fully fit adult beavers. They're going to be wandering over right now. It looks like, yep, yeah, they're coming over. There's just a mass migration going over here. Now we have a lot of unemployed beavers, so we'll go ahead and turn a lot of these jobs on. And soon we'll have 4 more jobs, but we'll still be just a little bit short. We'll go ahead and unpause one of these water pumps, and now we should be good to go. And with the increased population over here, we also have increased food and water demand. So it is a good thing that we have, ooh, look at that, all this food's popping up. Now we have these guys harvesting. And let's go ahead and prioritize getting these buildings constructed because we need all the food we can get. We have more water pumpers. Let's turn this on. So they're going to be going through all of this water probably, is my guess, by the end of the bad tide. But we will hopefully have these water containers set up pretty soon, at least by the end of the bad tide, so we can start filling them up. Thankfully it's just bots stranded up here because the beavers and bots are taking their time constructing the rest of this. Okay, so we got some soybeans. Is that? Yeah, that's one of the ones that we have actually completely maxed out. So we actually don't really need all this. I'm going to go out on a limb and just mark all of this to be demolished. And then we can replace it with kohlrabi because we've been suffering a little bit in terms of the kohlrabi production. And cassavas, we're also doing great. We're maxed out on those. I'll just remove it all in this area. We can go ahead and put some kohlrabi back here, and then as soon as they finish using their funny animations to remove all this, we can put some kohlrabi here as well. It does look like we're actually running well, we're not running low. We are completely out of wood in this district. Unfortunately, there's not really a quick solution. We have some trees planted here and here, but we've just been using so much wood that we're out. These guys are producing a lot, but they've also been using a lot over here. I think it's time to expand our production on this side. We'll get another forester set up. We'll have some more birch planted over here just to hopefully get some wood a little bit quicker. And then we'll get some oak planted over here for the long run. And I have been recording for quite a while now, so that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. I actually ended up recording this episode before the most recent one was released, so I haven't had a chance to read any of those comments that don't exist. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for me to be back. It is a lot of fun playing Timberborn again, and I think there's going to be some really cool stuff that is happening with some of the new updates. I think particularly with the overhangs, these are going to be a game changer in the sense that it really makes the game a lot more three-dimensional. We could build up before, but now you can build up and over a lot of buildings without needing to use mods. So if you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. And with that, we will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.